course, it doesn't surprise me that the Oscar-nominated Shawshank Redemption is #1 out of every single film on IMDb. It is the top-rated movie with a score of 9.3 out of 10 over almost 2.5 million reviews and ratings. That's absolutely phenomenal. The film was released in 1994, written and directed by Frank Darabont, and based on Stephen King's short story Rita, Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. And the description from IMDb is very, very straightforward, but I think kind of sums it up quite nicely, even though it is quite a complex film. And this says, 2 imprisoned men bond over a number of years, finding solace and eventual redemption through acts of common decency. So technically, it's a bit of a crime drama. It is set in this prison, which I find to be an absolutely fantastic location for any film. I always find that to be really interesting. And primarily it's about the relationship between Andy Dufresne and Red, played by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman respectively, and the issues that they come across on a daily basis, but also how they're coping with being in prison, what, if any, plans they have for the future. You know, they discuss if they were free, what they'd do, and what life is like for them. And honestly, it's so heartfelt and so heartwarming, and one of the most emotional films that I've ever seen. It's a lot more complex than what I'm describing, to be perfectly honest, but I don't want to go into too much detail because it's a film that has to be seen to be believed. It is arguably, given the rating, one of, if not the greatest films of all time, and nothing I say can do it justice. So what I will say is that it's beautifully directed, beautifully shot, the lighting and the colour palettes, absolutely beautiful, exactly what I would have wanted from them. The acting from both Robbins and Freeman, incredible. The set design is beautiful. I'm not sure how much of it is a built set and how much of it was filmed on location. I can confirm that some of it was filmed at Sandy Point, but beyond that, I'm not sure. If anybody knows anything, please do let me know. I'd be very interested to know more about the filming locations. And it had a budget of approximately $25 million, which is ridiculous. That's a lot of money. It's got a cumulative worldwide gross of around $28 million, but the amount of money it's probably made on DVDs and Blu-rays and cinemas rescreening it over the years is, I dread to think. It was nominated for the Best Picture. It didn't win, which is very surprising considering it's now technically the best film ever as far as IMDb is concerned. It was up against a few strong films. It was up against Quiz Show, Pulp Fiction, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and the winner, Forrest Gump. Personally, as somebody who's not a big fan of Forrest Gump, I definitely think Shawshank should have won. But it was also nominated for Best Actor for Freeman, Best Writing, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, Best Film Editing, and Best Music. A whole host of nominations. It won 21 awards. It's so incredible. This is the ultimate emotional roller coaster journey from start to finish. You'll feel every emotion you've ever known, and probably some you haven't heard of. It will hit you in places you couldn't even dream of. It's so powerful, so moving. It's quite long. I believe it's almost 2.5 hours, but the time flies by. You will want to watch it again. It's so beautiful. Although it's not my favourite film, I can see why it's top rated at #1.